Hello guys, and welcome to my first video on solving linear equations. This is a GCSE algebra topic, and I will go through just this first example with what I call a box method. Firstly though, we can explain what solve means. In these type of situations, we are looking for x. So basically that means find x. So the method I'm talking about is that, I'm sure you've seen this before, where it's input, which is a value you're given, such as x. Even in this situation where it's talking about x, you get a box, which something's happened to the x, then another box, which something's happened to it again. It can be as many boxes as you want, and then there's an output. So let's plug in what we know for this example. In this example, we know that the input is x. We got x. The box, what's happening to x? It's being multiplied by 3. That's for the first box. Then it's being added to 5 for the second box. And the output is, we can either write 3x plus 5, or we can even write 17. They're both equal in the end of the day. Cool. So with this logic, verbally what you could hear me say, or you can hear it in your own mind when solving these questions, is what's happening to x. In your head you can hear that x is being multiplied by 3 and then added to 5. This is equal to 17. So we must do the opposite. So this will go to a minus 5 to a divided by 3 to get an output. The output, which is the x, right? Which is what we're trying to find. That logically makes sense. So let's do this algebraically. 3x, what is it, plus 5, equal to 17. Algebraically, we must minus 5 from both sides. Whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. So 3x is equal to 17 minus 5, which is 12. Then we must divide it by 3 to both sides. Like I said in the first time, we must divide by 3 to both sides. That equals to 4. That's the answer to our first example. This is another example of solving linear equations. In this method, I'm not going to use the box method to show you how to solve it. I'm just going to do it algebraically. So solve means, as we said in the first part, find x. X over here we see is being multiplied by 4 and then minus by 3. This in turn is equal to 21. So algebraically we write it as 4x minus 3 is equal to 21. To both sides, to find x, we must plus 3. Plus 3. 4x is now equal to 24. To find x, we must divide by 4 to both sides. 24 divided by 4, x is equal to 6. Here's another example of the same topic. Solve, as we said in the other two, means to find x. Always write this down so you know what you're looking for. X in this situation is being multiplied by 2 and added by 9. This system gives us 16. So let's do it algebraically. 2x plus 9 is equal to 16. Minus 9 from both sides. Always, if you're going to do it from one side, you must do it to the other side. This means that 2x is equal to 16 minus 9, which is 7. To find x, we must divide by 2 to both sides. 7 over 2, we know that x is equal to 7 over 2, which is 3.5. Here are 4 questions for you to attempt. Pause the video now and try to attempt them. Once you are finished, come back to the video and check your answers. For the first one, we must minus 2 from both sides. So it will be a minus 2 and a minus 2. That means 3x is equal to 23 minus 2, which is 21. That means that x, to find x, we must divide it by 3. Divided by 3. 21 divided by 3, we know is 7. We know for the first one, x is 7. For the second one down here, we must plus 6 to both sides. That means 2x is equal to 6 plus 3, which is 9. That means x, we know we must divide by 2. 9 divided by 2 is 9 over 2, which x is now equal to 4.5. For the third one up here, we must plus 4 to both sides. That means 5x is equal to 30. That means x, we must divide by 5 to find. Divided by 5. X is equal to 6. For this one down here, we must minus 4 to both sides. 6x equal to 21. That means x, we must divide by 6. X equal to 21 over 6. That can be simplified. It can be simplified 7 over 2. Here is another example of the same topic. Just because the layout is different doesn't mean that the method is different. Solve, we know that means find x. X in this situation is being multiplied by 3 and divided by 9. Which that we know is equal to 2 as it's written there. So we can think of what's happening to it in the opposite way to find x. If verbally we hear that x is being multiplied by 3 and divided by 9, the opposite would be times them by 9 and divided by 3. So to write this out for you to see, 3x over 9 is equal to 2. First, we must times by 9. Times by 9 on this side, times by 9 on this side is equal to 2 times 9, which is 18. Then we divide by 3. Which 18 divided by 3 is 6. There's the answer. In this situation, don't get bombarded by all the numbers. It's still the same method. Solve. Solve means to find x. That means we can think of what's happening to x. In this situation, x is being multiplied by 4, added to 2, then divided by 5. So it's written as 4x equal to 4 times by x. Then it's been added by 2, then it's been divided by 5, which gives us the answer, which is 6. So verbally, the opposite is the way to find x. So let's write this out. 4x plus 2 over 5 is equal to 6. So we times both sides by 5. 4x plus 2 is equal to 6 times 5, which is 30. Then we minus 2, which we've seen before. 4x equal to 30 minus 2, which is 28, and divided by 4. Here are 2 questions for you to go through them and see if you can do it. If you can't, go back to the other examples and compare. It's the same method, just different numbers. Now I'm going to go through them. First, we must multiply by 4. 3x plus 8 is equal to 5 times 4, which is 20. Then we minus 8 from both sides. 3x is equal to 12. X is equal to divided by 3, 4. In this situation, we times both sides by 6. 8x minus 2 is equal to 3 times 6, which is 6, 12, 18. Then we plus 2 to both sides. 8x equal to 20. X is equal to, remember to divide by 8. Divide by 8, 20 over 8. Which x can simplify to 10 over 4, which you can go to 5 over 2. More like this, but yeah, they're both right.